threat of new entrants is when potential new entrants may come into an industry and compete with the incumbents. For restaurants, the threat of new entrants is really there, and the key factor that drives that is switching costs. Switching costs are costs for a buyer to switch from one industry participant to a rival industry participant. Just because I had lunch today at one restaurant, my cost of switching to a different restaurant or eating at home, which is a substitute for that, is zero. There's really non-existent switching costs in the restaurant industry. The threat of new entrants is very high, so restaurants in this situation need to keep prices down to remain competitive, which limits their overall profitability. For the industrial gas industry, switching costs can be extremely high. These are companies that separate atmospheric gases into its components. A lot of the industrial manufacturers actually have equipment installed on site with a 20-year plus contract. So to rip it all out, build a new one and change is extremely expensive. Companies that exist in that industry have economies of scale because their infrastructure and equipment is massive, and the incremental cost of each unit of gas produced is extremely low. If you want to just have like a high school science project, you can separate gases, but for that tiny unit you're producing, it's actually very expensive, even though just the chemistry kit may be cheap on an absolute basis. For industrial gases, the threat of new entrants is actually very low. This allows them to keep their prices up and boost their overall profit. For the threat of new entrants, we would want to be very low for the industries we're looking to invest in. We don't want industries that are constantly under threat from new companies potentially coming in.